Part 3, power up. We're finally going to turn on the FIMI and the controller and go through the motions of how it's paired up to the device you're using, whether it be a Samsung S7, whether it be an iPhone 5, or whether it be a cheap tablet. I haven't tried the tablet, I don't know if it'll work, but we're going to give it a shot. So we're using a SD card for the FIMI, and it's an Evo Plus 64 gigabyte U3 card, and it's going to go into that. And we're going to go through some of the good, the bad, and the ugly of the FIMI, comparing to the Zino on the left. The FIMI has a hidden door here, a plastic rubberized door that's kind of finicky, but you kind of hold it open, and when you put your micro SD card, make sure that the printed part is facing up, and it goes in the top slot there, and you have to push it in. There we go. There's not much room in here. It would have been nicer if it was in the middle or a little bit more room. There's not much room. You really need some good nails to get in there. Okay, so then we put the rubber thing back on. I'm sure that's going to fall off, but for now, that's good. And the micro SD card is formatted exFAT, not FAT32. The Zino, you had to be specific, and it was FAT32, and if it was exFAT, it sometimes read an error, or sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't, and then if you reformatted it on the Zino, it went back to 32. So I don't know what the FIMI does. Right now it's formatted at exFAT, and we'll try that later on. We may try formatting it on the app and see what it reverts to. It'll probably revert to FAT32. But anyway, that's that. So we're here to power on. Again, we've already gone over some of the controls. We'll go over them quickly again. Again, I don't like this rubber door. You've got to hold it and all this kind of stuff. But it's a great controller. The red button, it's a button. It's a switch. Left, right. Left is flight mode. Then you can operate the sticks and go where you want. The right is return to home. Return to home can be changed in the app to a position that you pick, whether it be the controller, you, a place on the map, wherever. But the button is just left is flight mode, right is return to home. And if you switch it back, it'll cancel return to home. Power button, automatic takeoff, automatic land. The D button is very interesting. It can be programmed to different things. So up, down, left, right, in can be programmed for specific things like menus or moving the gimbal, or things like that. It's not too adjustable, it's not too customizable, but it is there. And on the back you've got the two toggles, or the dials. This one is for exposure, left, right, up, down, it's brighter, darker. And the one on the left is for your gimbal, for your camera, going up and down. Down, up. Okay? And then two switches on the back. One is for video, one is for photo. You can take a photo anytime, even if you're in video mode. Push it, you take a photo, and it'll still keep recording. Okay? So that's that. We're going to power up and see what happens. One thing I will note, okay, we'll plug this in here. That goes in there. Again, if I was to put this into the machine, because of the way the micro USB cord goes, it would have to wrap around like that, and that's not very good. Don't like that. To power on the machines, I've seen some people push and it works. I push and nothing happens. There are intelligent batteries on here and intelligent batteries in here. They're much like the startup of the bigger company. It's a double startup. It's a push and hold. Okay? It's a push and hold for 2 or 3 seconds. If you push it, you're just going to get the intelligent battery. Okay? If I push once, I get the intelligent battery lights. So I just push and push. Push, push and hold. 1, 2, 3. It starts up. I don't like the button. It's not very decisive. It doesn't feel very much like a button. Okay? Same with here. It's a push and a push. So push and hold. And you hear the beep, and it's powering up. I believe it automatically does start the app. It starts the app. Okay. I'm just going to put this here to lock it up a little bit. This is interesting. When you first start your app up, it'll be a screen like this, completely blank. It says totally evolved and enter device. If you have an update, there'll be a red sentence in the bottom saying updates available. Okay? And you can get the updates. The very first time you go into this app, there won't be anything. It has to be booted and paired to the app and paired to everything to get the information from the controller, the information from FIMI. And the next time you go into it, it will say you have updates available. Now this is only if you're connected to the internet by your house or whatever. Okay, Wi-Fi. If you're connected by Wi-Fi to the internet, it'll do it. Okay? So you couldn't update unless you had cellular Wi-Fi. You couldn't do it out at your location. So you do it at the house, and it can take, and I'll show you some clips of what it was like when I updated it. I did update it, and I've gone through a few things with it because I didn't want to seem like I didn't know too much about what I was talking about. But anyway, so we enter the device, and we're there. And the Google map is here, and it's correct, and away we go. Okay? And it says we're unable to fly because we don't have GPS, which is fair. Okay? And the gimbal on the back, I'll push it to the left, and it goes down. On the D-pad, I'll just push it down once, and it goes back up to the top center. Okay? Remember that. This is Android 8. If I put the gimbal down, and I push down on the D-stick, it goes back to center. Okay? It says we have 7 satellites. Okay? And I'll insert a little snippet here of all the options that are available here. I did do a test run yesterday to boot up, but the firmware update took a long time. It went in and downloaded all the firmware, but when I connected, it only uploaded a few of them. Then when I came out of the application and went back into it, it said there was more firmware updates. There was a few more. I think there was 3 altogether. I did the regular one, then there was a camera one, and then there was an ESC one. You download them all at the same time, but uploading to the machine may only do a couple at a time. But you simply back out of the application, go back into it, and it tells you if there's more. Not a big deal. Beautiful process. Push a button, it's done. Okay? So that's that. Again, you can take a picture. I'm just going to lift it up, press the button on the back. Two clicks, 2 beeps says I took a picture. Go back to video mode on the left, one click, and it's recording. Okay, and then we stop the video. There we go, two or three beeps. Okay. The interesting thing here is when you go into the actual settings, you have automatic and manual. You go into the video size. If I go down to 1080p, it's 100 frames per second. If I go to 720p, at 200 frames per second. I think I'm going to stick with 1080, 60, 1080 at 30 to start, 60 if it was a bright day, but 1080 30, 1080 60, one of those. Now this, I don't know what this is. It says system preparing. System is preparing. I'm assuming it's waiting for an input. Okay. But I'm not too sure. So that's the Android version. Okay. It's simple. Plug it all in. It works. Turn it off. Push and hold. No, I push and double push. Same thing, double push. That's right. Double push. Turns off. And I turn this off. Okay. Now I'm going to try an iOS. So the iOS. Plug into here. Okay. Turn it on. There we go. Turn it on. And okay. Push and push. 2, 3. Start that up. Push and push. The phone vibrates. This iOS 12. It doesn't automatically start the app. It doesn't give you a hint that it's going to start the app. So I start the app. And again, it's the same screen. It tells you enter the device. And we're here. Now, the difference here when I push the map, okay, there we go. The map is there, but it's not current to my location, and I don't know why. Okay, it's the big cloud, but it is there. And again, it says it can't be used because this doesn't have the GPS. And the center here, it's in VPU mode, which is visual positioning mode, I guess. This means it's not GPS. And you can change that by clicking that. And you can see the magnetic interference, GPS error, because of the magnetic interference. And you can change to other modes, I guess. Okay, this is the one thing. Remember on the Android? Okay, so we're going to point it down, point it up. I'll go down a little bit. Okay, when we push this button, it goes dead center down, not dead center up. So we have to bring it back up again. See? And if I push this, it goes down. Android, it goes up. This, it goes down. Push it up. Here we go. Other than that, I think it's exactly the same formats. The booklet does say it's basically built for Android. Okay. So that's the iOS version. Okay. And turn it off, click, click, and hold, and click, click, and hold. And that's that one. Now we're going to try. Oh, Bella came for a visit. Now we're going to try a tablet, 7-inch tablet, and it will fit. I'll show you later. 7-inch tablet, and it is operating Android 6. The app is not really meant for this, so we're going to see what happens with it. Okay, so we're going to start it up. Push and push. Again, I don't like the button. I really don't. Push, push. Well, it powered up the tablet. It says it's charging, so it's taking power from the battery. FIMI, okay, found that one. And again, it just says enter device. We're entering the device, and we have a picture. So much lag, but there you go. Does it? Isn't that weird? It wants to start my Hubsan app. I don't think so. So if I push this down, what happens when I push the switch? It comes back up again. It's a huge lag. It just says unable to enter GPS mode. But I don't get that preparing thing, so I don't know what that preparing is all about on the other Android. But it seems to work here. So they boot up. It's simple. It's a lot easier than the Zino. Intelligent batteries, functionality. And the next video will be a flight. That'll be part number 4. Turn it off. One more little thing that we discovered on the FIMI. In the door, there's a button, a slider button. And if you can see it there, try to get my thumb out of the way, the slider button right there says Wi-Fi and RC. See how easy it moves? You can see it? Try and get here. See? It's all that way, and it just moves that way. It's very easy. It doesn't do anything, it just moves. And I put it that side, which is Wi-Fi. I'm going to turn it on. And it doesn't give a network. It says FIMI or X8 or SE or nothing.